Happy Wednesday, everyone. It's Brian with it's Brian with CraftFancy today. I am CraftFancy all up today. Sorry, you didn't see that. How's everyone doing? Happy Wednesday evening to everybody. It is 6 o'clock Central Standard Time. That makes it 7 o'clock on the East Coast, and that would be 7, 6, 5, 4 on the West Coast. How's everyone doing tonight? My name is Brian with CraftFancy, coming live to you on 4 channels at the same time. Yes, that's right. It's Facebook on CraftFancy, the One of a Kind group, which is a private group. If you're watching me on somewhere else other than the One of a Kind group, check us out. A lot of vendors on there. And then we're also on YouTube for CraftFancy and YouTube on the One of a Kind group as well. And check that one group out. Over 400 videos for you guys to watch and growing. So hopefully everyone's having a good day today. Got a couple people watching. I got Laura Hood coming in from good old Wisconsin. Hello, Laura Hood. You're looking good today. Hopefully you're staying cool up there with some nice lemonade. And then Victoria Borowski's joining us. I got Susan Davis, Bailey joining us, saying hi. And and Victoria says hi to Carol too, who happens to be in the other room on the keyboards watching this as well, so she can answer any questions that might be coming up. Looking very summery today. Well, thank you. I thought I'd put on the Hawaiian shirt a little. Here, let me see if I can just drop this out. Look at that motorized desk. Let me drop that down a little bit so now everyone can really see it. Got Texas in the house. We got a lot of stuff going on today. Jennifer's in there from Texas, and Marlene Mekowitz is joining us, saying hello. Guys, we got a lot of great stuff going on tonight. We will be working with a special new product that's out there. It's from your friend Tim Holtz, Ranger, and it's the Distressed Spritz. Good afternoon, Marilyn Phillips. How you doing? Haven't seen your name for a little bit, so it's out there. Tanya Bember is joining us on the One of a Kind group, saying, "Oh no, bad signal, cutting in and out. Can we watch you on YouTube?" Where? Yes. It's YouTube at just go. You can check us out one of a kind shows in YouTube, or you can check us out on CraftFancy on YouTube. We're coming live both there. So sorry about that. Maybe Carol can check us out and see if we're doing okay, because Facebook has been nasty lately, and I don't know why. So Glenn Ellen is in the house. So Kathy's joining us from Massachusetts, and then we got Kim Jasper coming in from Delaware. Guys, I don't like to be all rude and everything. I'd like to welcome our teacher of the evening tonight, and her name is Sheila, which will be doing our demo while I read the comments to everybody and try to not technically screw her up tonight like I have the last 2 events. So let's bring her in. Warm welcome for Sheila. Hello, Sheila.
How you doing everybody. Today? I'm doing great.
Awesome. So it's been a couple weeks since we've been on, so you've been messing around with stuff?
I have been playing with a new product that I'm having a lot of fun playing with.
Excellent. And that new product is the
new product is the Distressed Spritz. Say that 10 times fast. From the Tim Holtz and Ranger Company. Oh, there we go. Distressed Spritz.
Awesome. It comes in multiple colors.
This one, the first set is 12 different colors. They match the Distress inks, the Distress oxides, the Distress watercolor pencils. Everything in the Distress line has a matching ink, pencil, paint, spray, you name it. They try and do everything in the same color, so when you're doing any kind of projects, everything will match, and you can use any media you like in that color series.
Awesome. Okay, so do you want to go ahead and try to go into the detail?
Yeah.
All right,
let's do it.
Let's get you right into the overhead.
Okay.
Just really quick, full disclaimer before me and Sheila break apart is the shimmer is kind of light tonight. So as we're working through the process, a few of the pieces, it might not look. We were trying to play with it on the camera because it is a very light type product. Remember, it's not a coating, it's not an ink. It's a shimmer. And with that, I'm going to pass it on to Sheila and let Sheila explain everything to you. So take it away and off to the overhead.
So, Brian, when you lowered your desk, the lighting that's attached to your desk changed a little. I don't know if that makes a difference for you. Okay.
Doesn't make for me, but I raised it up.
All right. So this was designed to add shimmer and sprinkles to your projects. It's luminescent and it's pearlescent. It's different from the Distress sprays because it is little tiny mica, cosmetic grade, almost microscopic pieces of sand colors in a clear liquid base. So if you're using the Distress ink, that will dye your paper, your porous, it doesn't have to be paper, but a porous surface, whereas this is in a clear base. So any color you see is because of the little teeny tiny oxides and sprays in the spray. Are we frozen?
No, keep going. You're fine.
Okay, good.
Don't focus on the camera.
All right. So the sprays are ink based in a color of ink, and these are not. They can be used on any porous surface. So paper, over texture paste, over collage medium. Here I've sprayed our wilted violet. I can't see. There we go. Here's wilted violet over a little dye balloon. See that nice shimmer there? So it's kind of a pearly shimmer. And again, it's really beautiful in person. And we are going to do in-person demo on Saturday. So if you're in the neighborhood, come on in and see how this looks in person. Here it is. This is the picked raspberry on paper flower. Here's a flower without it. And here's a flower with it. Okay, so there's a little shimmer on this one. That's why it looks lighter than this one's paper. Here it is on a white paper flower. So when you see it up close, you see all these tiny, tiny little pink, I don't want to say sparkles because it's not glitter, but tiny shimmer, almost like eyeshadow, like a frost eyeshadow. And, okay, you see a little bit of color there.
Yeah. Susan Davis, Bailey, I want to make sure that we understand here. I'm just jumping in really quick because the demo Saturday is at the CraftFancy store. It is not an online demo. It is at the store. Okay.
Hey, Sue, come in and see me Saturday. Here I have used it over a sentiment. Now the sentiment is a blue paper, die cut sentiment. Can you see that little bit of pink? So you're seeing a little bit of color, but if you saw this up close, you would see tiny little pink sparkles.
Try to move it to your right a little.
Oh, to my right.
We'll see the camera. There you go. I can zoom in. There you go. Move it around, up and down, up and down. There you go.
There we go.
Now they can see it.
So it just created, I painted it over with a paint brush. I'll show you how to do, so I'll show you all these techniques, but I'm showing you some samples right now. And this one, can you see the purple shimmer on there? Yes. See the shimmer? So I took a already patterned cardstock, beautiful cardstock, and added a little shimmer to it. So I love that. Okay. What else do I need to tell you? All right, I'm going to tell you the Distress rules of thumb in the whole Distress line. All of the Distress in the Distress line are water soluble and blendable.
It's upside down.
Except for paint. I was reading a note card. I'm sorry about that. Here it is the right way up. Except for the paint when dry. The paint will not be water soluble when dry. But everything else in the Distress line is compatible and will be, can you read this one better, the dark one? There you go. You always, the rule of thumb also is oxide over ink. So if you're using a Distress ink and then a Distress oxide, the oxide will sit on the top of the ink. If you use ink with ink, it'll blend. If you use oxide, it'll sit over ink like a layer. Wet on wet will blend. So wet on wet, if I use a purple and a hot pink, I'm going to get a whole new shade because I can blend these and I'll show you how. wet and dry will layer. So if something is dry and then you spritz over it, the wet, that will layer on top and will not blend. So there's lots of ways to use this. Here's a how-to. You definitely want to shake them well because you want all those little tiny mica particles to get into the sprayer. You also want to store them upright because if you store them sideways, all those tiny particles can clog up your spray nozzle. So make sure you're storing them upright. Now I'm going to show you the spray technique. So if I spray close, I'm going to get pretty wet and like a bullseye effect. There's close. Okay. And or you could spray far and just kind of splatter. So those are two of the ways. And the third way, which is my favorite way to use these, is to paint with them. Just adding shimmer over something. So that's how we can add a little shimmer to an already printed cardstock and create a whole new look. It's really so subtle and so lovely. It just really takes everything up a notch. It's elegant. You're going to love these for the holidays. Okay, so let's get going on a couple of demo pieces here. Here's another one. So here, and I'm not going to do this live because it took a long time for this to dry, but I sprayed it through a stencil, and I used a similar color, and look at this. Can you see the gold flowers? So it gave this cardstock a whole nother look. It was just this brick red cardstock, and then there it is sprayed through a stencil. Is it a tight spray like a paint? No, it's not going to be exact. It is wet. It is going to leak under a little bit, but that's, part of the distress product line. It's just kind of going with the flow there, going with the watercolor. And if you want it to be more detailed, again, you can lay your stencil down and you can take the shimmer, just like I did, spray it on the plate and paint it right inside of where you want a little bit of shimmer through your stencil. So I want a little more shimmer here. I want a little more shimmer there. I'm not adding water because it's in a liquid base. And I just have a plain old watercolor brush here. And I've added now another layer of shimmer. A different color. I think you can see it's a little more purple. So a lot of fun, a lot of ways to use it. Okay. So I'm going to show how it does cool stuff. I'm going to use a distress ink. This is a distress ink. And I'm just going to blend it on this paper. This is one of those things that you want to play with and see all the different, ways you can use it, techniques you can use it for yourself.
So Kim is asking, could you use a blending brush with the stencil?
Can use a blending brush with a stencil.
Right. So basically, I believe what she's asking you is, can you squirt it on the mat like you did?
Yeah.
Pick it up with your blending brush, and
yeah.
then use that to blend across your.
Yes, like this is a watercolor brush that holds water, but you don't want to add water to it. It's very wet already.
I think she was meaning like the blending brushes in your tool caddy.
You could, but I don't think it'll work well because the brushes will soak up the liquid and the oxide. And the oxide would be pretty difficult to clean out of your brushes. So imagine if you put frosted eyeshadow on your brushes, it's all the little frost particles are going to be there forever. I don't recommend that. If you want to do it that way, I would use a sponge the kind that you can change out the tips of the sponges and then, have it only for that color. So a sponge maybe like this, or the kind where you change the tips. They just Velcro on. I think Ranger has a line like that. We have those in the store. That's what I would recommend if you want to do it that way. But again, the sponge is going to soak up the liquid, and you need to get the liquid on there because the liquid has all those little particles in it. So again, come in or order a jar, play with it, see what you like. We'll go from there. Okay,
right.
so
and she said that makes sense.
Yeah.
Kim
Good. Okay, great. Okay, so I did a distress ink on here. I'm going to put down my stencil. I'm not going to stick it down right now because this is a messy day. Just fine. We're making a mess today. And you'll see how it's wet, and so it's going to react. The ink I used is Distress Oxide ink. And so the liquid in here is going to add shimmer, but it's also going to react. Oh, there's a fly. I don't want the fly on there. So see how it's changing before my very eyes, because the liquid itself is giving me a white ghosting effect around the flowers. I probably went a little too heavy here. But look at that. Look at how cool that looks already. It's really neat. And if you could see it close up, you'd see there's this purple sheen that we've just added. So this is a messy medium, I would say.
So make sure you have the water next to you so you can watch.
Have the water next to you. I always have just a couple paper towels next to me. And it's a real quick paper towel cleanup and then moving on.
Excellent. What do you, a question for my audience there really quick. What do you guys like to use to clean your stencils? Do you set some paper towels next to you guys? Do you have the baby wipes? Do you have the bucket full of water that you just kind of let it soak in there and then take it off and dry it? Let us know in the comments what's going on there. Okay, back to you, Sheila.
Okay. So I'm going to show you another one of these cool techniques we can use. So I've got another color of distress ink here. This is Crackling Campfire. I'm just putting it on this glass mat. You can use a craft mat, a glass mat, or if you have any of the distress tins, the lid was made for you to use as a work surface if you need it as a work surface. So I've put some ink down here, and I'm going to combine it with some of this worn lipstick. A lot of sparkles in there. And then we're going to have this whole new color now, because I can blend all those little particles into that ink shade.
Excellent. Excellent. We're getting a couple feedbacks. I like that.
Okay.
Some baby wipes are in there.
So now I have a whole nother color. And it's a little bit sparkly, a little bit shimmery. This looks like a freshly squeezed orange. It's really, really beautiful. So you can, mix and blend with your inks. If you don't like the color of the shimmer, you can change that background color. The sparkle particles will remain the same color. They're not going to change. But when you mix them with other inks, the overall look is going to change. So again, let's go back. This is probably dry now. Yeah, you can see. It's pretty cool. Okay. All right, I'm going to clean that off. So I'm going to stamp an image, and I'm going to stamp an image. I think I'm going to do this again, the same color again. I like putting the ink on the glass mat first because I'm going to use some of that ink later rather than inking the stamp when I'm using these distress inks. And I like these little ones because they're workable around corners and things. So I'm just going to ink this up. We're going to stamp. Okay, again, not a perfect image, but that's okay. I'm going to use Distress watercolor pencils, my other favorite medium. And you don't have to be a great artist. And of quickly going to just color in some yellow here. And I'm going to do some picked raspberry around the corners. Okay, I'm not being too picky about the coloring. And now I'm going to spray. What color should we use? Oh, the fresh picked raspberry really is bright, so let's go with that.
Let's see it again. Let's see it. Hold it up for a couple seconds so we can see it. There you go.
Picked raspberry. So this is the pencil that was created the same color, fresh picked raspberry, but you'll see that the oxide spray is a little bit lighter because it's not in ink. It's not in an ink. It's in a liquid, clear liquid base. I'm going to pick up some of that color, and I'm going to blend that watercolor pencil with the Distress Spritz. So I'm going to have this beautiful watercolor effect with that little shimmer in it. I'm not going to sparkle up the whole image, just where I want it. Okay. So got that. Then I'll use some of the more lipstick. You hear me shaking it, that's a tip. This stuff likes to be shaken.
In fact, also too, when you get it, it's not going to shake right away too, right?
Right.
Because all the pigments are stuck at the bottom, Sheila?
Yes, you're definitely going to want to shake till you hear that little ball clicking.
So the bottle isn't broken, or they did not put the ball in there. It's all the pigments are frozen to the bottom, so you guys got to shake for a couple of minutes because you really want to break everything up. Debbie Weber is asking me, Sheila, can they be used on fabric?
No, because all the Distress are water soluble. So no and yes, you can use it on fabric, but you can never wash the fabric.
There you go.
Or as I heard Tim Holtz say the other day, don't lick your art, which I thought was kind of funny. Okay, so I know you can't, because it's so subtle, you may not be able to see the shimmer, but this is just so beautiful and bright, and there's this just subtle shimmer. So using it instead of water to blend your watercolor pencils. Okay.
Awesome. Just going to cut in really quick, guys. Just remember too, I'm just going to go up front here really fast. If you are just joining us today, we are joining Sheila and Brian with CraftFancy. We are working with the Ranger Tim Holtz Distress Spritz, which is a new product down the line. You might have missed a couple of them, but you can go back to review. Don't know what's going on with the one-of-a-kind group. We're going live in that one group, but that's all sketchy. So it's got to be something with Facebook interchanges, because CraftFancy Facebook is running just fine, and all the YouTube channels are running fine, and we saw that. So if you're at the one-of-a-kind group and it's getting all sketchy, join us on one of the other Facebook page in CraftFancy, or join us in the one-of-a-kind groups in YouTube and CraftFancy on there. Okay, so we've been showing the new products. We got all the new stuff going on there. I want to thank a couple people that answered back about using baby wipes, or using the Dawn Power Wash, or just plain water.
All you need for these are water. You don't need any other kind of solution to clean.
Well, we were talking about cleaning the stencils, because I asked a question about the stencils.
Oh, yeah.
Can't forget about that, man. I got to ask questions.
But if you're cleaning the stencil just for this product, it's water. Water will just take it right off.
Sure, absolutely.
All right, I have 2 more things to show. I have actually 20 more things to show. So, but for today, we'll do 2. And if you're interested in more techniques using the Distress or the watercolor pencils, let us know if you want something more in-depth in the future. So 2 more techniques. I still have a little puddle of the shimmer here, and I'm going to put my Distress pencil right in the puddle. And now I have this beautiful yellow gold with shimmer. I wish you could see this up close. It's so cool. It's just gorgeous. Okay. So again, you just using these products one on top of the other, blending and just playing with the colors, playing with the stuff. And then the last thing I want to show you is, I think I demoed this before, but just take a gorgeous piece of paper. This is a new 49 in market. I think it's called Summer Porch. All the geraniums and the boats, it reminds me of Mackinac Island. We can take the shimmer.
Which is up in Michigan.
Up in Michigan. Take the shimmer and paint it right on there. And so now maybe I'm going to put a photo on this, put it in a scrapbook. And when I do that, it's also archival safe. It's photo safe. So I have just upgraded my piece of cardstock that I'll be using in a scrapbook. So, there we go. I'm catching the light a little bit. There we go. Okay. Yeah, beautiful. Okay, and then I've used it on the green, not here, but in the other parts of green on this card base. Let me clean this off so it's not distracting.
I have a question before you start talking about that for a second.
Yeah.
Can you flip that over? So, thank you. Lee Sullivan's asking, yes, showing. Hold on, let's go back up here. All right, at the camera. Yes, Lee is asking, showing how to use pencils, oxides, and shimmer spray. What's the advantage of having matching colors, and how can they work together?
Ooh, that's a good question. So the advantage of having matching colors is, let's say I want to do a geranium that's red. I don't want to use other colors. I want to use, this one is called Festive Berries, to color in my geranium. And then I want to use the matching Festive Berries Spritz, because I don't want to change the color of the geranium. Or maybe I'm doing a yellow sunshine, and I want a matching yellow sunshine. It's just the way Ranger has done the distress products. And there are probably quite a few videos out there that talk about that. That's not something I've looked into in depth, but that's how I would use them.
Okay.
Plus, if you fall in love with a color, like I'm in love with Wilted Violet, and I want this in everything, because sometimes I'm coloring, sometimes I'm spraying, sometimes I'm painting, sometimes I'm stamping, and I just love this color. So that's another reason. Yeah, that's it. Oh, okay. So I've used this spray on this corner. There's a little of the purple. I don't want it to freeze.
No, you're fine.
Okay.
That was that other camera.
There's purple. And a little bit of the worn lipstick down here. And it adds a nice extra touch to the foiled card, because it's already kind of a shiny card. So instead of using a plain matte, this is plain matte, there's a little bit of shimmer on this part and on this part. Okay, so now this card here, this card is part of a card class that just went online today based on quilt squares. It's much easier than it looks to put together. It's simple squares and triangles. And it's the quilt square card class. So
wait, hold on a second. Didn't we do a demo on this like a couple weeks ago?
Demo on this 2 weeks ago.
So we did a demo, and now we have that class because we got people that were asking about it. So you guys want to buy this kit. Hold on a second. Let's not goof around about this. I'm just going to go right to the storefront right now, and that's not the page you want, but we want this page. Hold on. So this is a kit. So I'm going to go to shop. I'm going to go down to custom cards. Go to craftfancy.com. Hold on a second. Hold on, because everyone knows. Say it with me. www.craftfancy.com. There we go. And let's get back there. I had to say that. Sorry. I know everyone makes fun of me, but it's all good. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to shop. We're going to scroll down. Then we're going to go down to custom cards and class. custom cards and scrapbook kits. And then there it is. It's the quilt square card right there. It's $20. $20, guys. That's all it is. And then what you're going to be able to do with this card kit is you're going to be able to create 4 cards during this class project. And in fact, you know what? I'm not even going to talk about it anymore. Sheila, take it over. Talk about it.
The class will go live on, I believe it's July 20th. July 20th. And I think we set the time at 11 a.m. Do you have I have the notes in front of you? But then it'll be available even afterward. If you can't make it then, it will be online. So then you can go and watch the how-tos. And I have to say that I think that watching someone do it online is a little easier than trying to muddle your way through with the directions. So it'll be there for you whenever.
Yep, absolutely. As with always with CraftFancy classes, remember you can buy the kit, join us live, or just be able to watch and then maybe buy the kit. Maybe that'll be your cup of tea. Maybe it's something that you're not used to, doing the quilting type style cards. You're saying that's not really my thing, but I'm going to watch and maybe take a look at it. Remember, there's always kits available afterwards with CraftFancy. We always make sure kits are available. Or if we do run out, we always have options to be able to do it. It will be available for shipping within a week or two. I believe it's going to take a little time to put the kits together. We just got this out on the Facebook page, so you guys don't want to delay. Quantities are limited as of right now before July 20th. That's when we'll be doing it. I don't have a date down, but we'll come up later on with that date as we get to go. Remember, guys, go ahead. Let's go back and take a look at this again. You want to make sure you get the classes, shop, go down to custom cards and scrapbook kits. And then again, it's going to be the first one right there. It's the Quilt Square Guard Kit. It's $20. You're going to get a lot of stuff in there. It's a paper class, so you're going to be doing 4 cards, 1 card per design. But the good part is that you're going to probably have some papers out there. And remember, with CraftFancy stuff, hold on, let me say it. Say it with me. Adhesives are not included. That's right. So make sure you stock up on that when you're ordering that kit. Make sure you go shopping and order all that other stuff out there. In fact, let's take a look at that too. Let's go back there, because when I'm done shopping there, I want to type in the special word right here. Follow me. I'm in the search bar right now. It's SPRITZ. And that's going to show you all the products that we have available. They're in stock, ready to ship out right away. You guys want to throw that right on your orders as well. Don't delay. Get your order in today. Be the first before it runs out. So you too can say, I'm cool with CraftFancy because I got that going. Did I get it? Did I do it all right, Sheila?
You got it. Marion wants to know if the class will be recorded on YouTube as well.
Absolutely. When we come live onto you that day, remember we'll be on live on CraftFancy and CraftFancy Facebook, CraftFancy YouTube as well. So it will be available there. It'll be available on the One of a Kind group on YouTube. And I got to see what's going on with CraftFancy, with the One of a Kind group, because every time I seem to post to that group, the video's staggering or something. So we've got that. That's a whole nother issue. We'll work on that later. Kathy Coonan's asked, well, shoot, almost missed you, going to have to watch the replay. And that's exactly why we're here. Yeah. You never missed us. Remember, if we're not live, we're always on Memorex. So you never missed CraftFancy. You're always there to watch us. Today, we did do some technique demos with Sheila using the Tim Holtz Distress Spritz. We also revealed that we are doing our class on the 7/20. That's July 20th. Time will be revealed a little later down the line. We will be doing a quilting card class. Sheila is going to be our lovely teacher for that class as well. Guys, get in there, order that kit right away, and be sure to check out one of our Facebook groups. And here's the other problem is, I don't understand, Sheila. I guess people don't like us because they don't subscribe to our page. They don't like us. I don't understand. You guys are watching the videos. Are we doing something wrong that you don't click us and like us? So just check it out. Let's see. Jennifer's saying, I would like to see them used with distress cray.
Oh, the crayons?
The distress crayons.
Okay.
All right. That would be one that you could check out. Kim Jasper's also saying, when do you think the kits will be shipped? I'm leaving on vacation 7/17. maybe I'll just have the kit shipped to my daughter's house instead of mine. Kim, reach out to CraftFancy. We're going to take care of you because, again, that's why we're a small business, because we can maneuver around things.
Yeah.
You got special something coming up, vacation, we'll work with you. Just reach out to us when you're placing your order on notes or comments, or call the store. We'll make sure that we get that to you in the right time, right place, right channel. Lee saying thanks. Good to see everyone. Jennifer came back and saying, yeah, crayons. So it is the crayons. So there we go. What else you got? Anything else? I didn't mean to throw you on the spot.
Me? Oh, I don't.
I caught you watching the show. You're supposed to be part of the show. You're watching
the comments. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, Sheila, I want to thank you for doing the class tonight. Everyone seemed to like it. And let us know what your thoughts are if you just a demo that you guys like to see. I believe we will be back next week with another demo. I think it's next week. Yeah, I think I'm around next week.
Okay.
So hold on a second. I don't know if I can do this. I don't even know if I'm open, but hold on. Please hold. Also, too, is I want to thank everyone that did watch today. So I hope you had a great time, and I hope everything worked out. Yes, that's July 3rd. So I'll be back. We'll be back, even if it's just me on July 3rd, because I know it's a holiday. It's Independence Day, so I better do something patriotic that day, or at least Sheila or some of us. So we'll work something out.
Sure.
All right, Sheila, thanks for joining us today. I appreciate it. Say goodbye.
Bye.
Awesome. And I'm Brian with CraftFancy. I do appreciate everyone tuning in today to watch everything. Make sure you go ahead and get your orders in, get the kits on order. They will be shipping out momentarily in a week or two. And Marion, you keep asking me that question. No, we will not be in Schaumburg. You ask me the same question all the time. We do not do the Scrapbook Expo shows, but you will be able to stay tuned because you might want to stop in that week because there will be some specials at the CraftFancy store. Some real CraftFancy specials. Yeah, I call them steals and deals. I know you always keep hoping. I keep hoping too. So maybe someday. I know you always got to ask. I love it. Don't worry, Marion. I still love you. Ask away, and I know you're going to ask me next time to do that. So, guys, we just got back from Denton. I had a great time down there. Thank you for everyone that was watching in the Denton group tonight. I had some classes down there that was awesome. I appreciate everything from the make and take classes and all the love and support that you guys show a small business. And that's same here for all the classes too. So, all right, we're going to get out of here because it's getting ready to be 7 o'clock, the prime time hour, or 8 o'clock, wherever it is. It's prime time. And I heard there's a new episode of Sonny and Cher coming on tonight, the Sonny and Cher show. So I'm sure you guys want to be able to get that. Jennifer's out there. It was great seeing you all in Denton. It was great seeing you too. I know you came up to me. We talked a little bit. Got a lot of stuff. Then thank you for watching me tonight. So the continued support, Jennifer, that's great. I hope I get a fan for life. So guys, I appreciate everything. Like I said, we got to get out of here because the Sonny and Cher show is coming on tonight, and it's supposed to be a good one. So guys, I'll catch you next week on July 3rd. Yes, July 3rd. Yes, Marion Phillip. Can't wait to see the Sonny and Cher show. That's awesome. Guys, have a great night. My name is Brian with CraftFancy. On behalf of Carol, Tina, Sheila, and myself, we always appreciate the love and support you show us on small business. We'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.